Ja, ja, ze moesten wel, want ik had het aangevochten hoor.
We're in Amsterdam. Of Heineken.
VIP guests are the only ones who get to be up here today, so hopefully that makes you feel very important. Very busy neighborhood. We built that brewery 10 meters from the edge of the canal, so that up until about the 1940s. Before then, we have some of those bottles right over here. This is from about 1900. What's unique about Heineken, and I guess about Amsterdam as well, of course we were using horses and carriage to deliver Heineken before there were trucks. It turns into the Heineken sign, right? The red one. We have some of them over here. So Heineken, Amstel, Sol Desperado, Tecate, Tiger, Red Stripe, you name it. Most beers are owned by one of so many different brands that fall under the Heineken name. Heineken is still the #1. We don't necessarily want to take attention away from our Heineken brand, which is why it's not marketed like Tecate. Okay, feel free to take some pictures. Aha! Alright, I want to give you guys a few moments just because this room is really, really cool. To look around, feel free to poke your head inside the kettles, take pictures. When everybody's ready, meet me back up that ramp and then we'll head to the tasting.
Hoi, let me in.
Right? I like having people at the bar because then it's like easier to chat with people, but you do you, I'm here for you guys. So, a few things before we officially start. You see we have a bunch of snacks. You can eat what you like, but just keep one of everything for the beer it's supposed to be paired with. And also, does anybody have a shelf? Watch TV.
Interesting. So the other types of beers that are super popular in the States that we really enjoy are like very hot.
All know and love 5% alcohol. Then we're gonna do Brandweizen, which is 5% alcohol. Tessel's Skuumkop, which is 6. Then we're gonna do the Lagunitas IPA at 6.2, and we're gonna end off with our Afliegen Blond at 6.7. I know it's Heineken, and like I mentioned when we were downstairs, if you're holding it, you can pretty much see your hand through it very, very well. That's part of the qualities of this type of beer. The very, very cloudy. It's nearly impossible to get wheat beers to Weiss beers. Yeah, sorry. It's nearly impossible to get Weissens to be clear because of the wheat that's inside of them. These are a little bit more naturey, I guess, herby. They say that it smells like the sea. Close.
Thickest beer you can drink, or the hoppiest, lightest, like a lagunita.
Very different from Europe. Like a nice light drink.
Yeah, you guys.
But see, it's so nice. Like, I love the beach beers specifically.
Starting to get
when
a glow
it's hot
on.
shit outside.
Yeah, it's perfect for it.
You know,
How you going?
You just want
I'm
something
good.
light, something
We're
Really?
very seasonal.
I'm alright.
Yeah, and like, you know, a Corona.
If one of this applies to you, let me know, then I can let you know if you can go in or not.
We add malted barley. We heat it up to create a sugary liquid called wort. Hops are added for the bitter flavor. A yeast converts the sugar into carbon dioxide, alcohol, and a fruity flavor. You have been transformed into a fresh Heineken beer, and now you are ready to be bottled. Good luck.
1, 2, 3. What did you say?
Follow the green line.
Oh. Did I?
We are going to do a beer tasting together. Nice picture. Oh, you had enough, huh? It's to show some appreciation to our Heineken beer. After all, it took 28 days to be red and delicious for you. So let's raise up our glass there. Everybody, let's look at our Heineken beer and let's say, wow. Beautiful. Now, through your beer, yes. Do you know why you do that? Nobody knows? That's no purpose, guys. It just feels like very professional. Now, guys, we are going to cheers together. And since we are in the Netherlands, we are going to cheers in a Dutch way. Here you all would say, bro. Beautiful! It's our Heineken beer, guys.
Somebody didn't drink the Heineken. Super lekker.
Als een lente koppelijk ik voor jou, Tilpen uit Amsterdam. Als ik wederkom, dan breng ik jou, Tilpen uit Amsterdam. 1000 gele, 1000 rode, wens je jou het allermooiste, wat mijn mond niet zeggen kan. Zeg het Tulpen uit Amsterdam.
That was great. Oh. Running Aldo. Got to navigate the metro system. Don't have too many beers.
How was the rest of the tour? Good?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Good, I'm glad you guys.
I didn't get sucked in your blooming shop though. I'm not that silly. Alright, we've just come out of the Heineken Brewery tour. The guide said 1 hour. We went in at 1, we came out at 4. And they don't muck around with their little tasting beers either. Not little short ones like in New Zealand. They were full glasses. We've got a bit of a glow on. Woo! So, we're on a ferry going across the river to the north.
Please only start your home or scooter
Start your scooter.
Yeah. Going on a cruise. Canal cruise.
No, we're not leaving.
Well, you're doing great so far.
Yeah, right? This building on the left is called the Old Church because it's the oldest church in Amsterdam. And what is quite funny is that right next to the old church are what we call the Ladies of Pleasure. So we have the church and the Ladies of Pleasure, and even more funny or weird is that next to the Ladies of Pleasure, behind the red curtains, is a kindergarten.
Starting young.
Yeah, starting young, right?
Dan, do you know if the
Those two things are called woonboats, living boats. People are living on the boats, and this is from back in the days when there was a house shortage, and the government started to give away permits to live on the water. As you can see, people live on these boats on the water, and it's actually the most expensive way to live in the city. Water whenever you like. Yeah.
This bar makes sense again.
The only river that goes through the city. The rest of it are all handmade canals. So this is the only natural river going through the city. It's called the Amstel, and that is where Amsterdam comes from.
Oh.
Wow. Because the middle of the city is called the Dam. Yes. We have a good view.
And this canal connects on the three
Wow.
main canals.
Kruis? Oké. Ja.
Oh ja, daar stond het.
Ja, hij stond zo zacht. Maakt niet uit.
Jij staat te zacht.
Ik stond te zacht. Ja, ja. Mijn fout. Yo. Ik dacht dat piepje gaat hard, dan gaat het geluid ook hard. Maar de piepje is altijd hard. And actually over there at the end, at the left, is the oldest living boat in Amsterdam City. And it can't be touched or renovated because it's on the heritage list. So it keeps on getting older and older and older. And we don't even know if somebody is still living over there. But it looks like it isn't.
Either way.
Great, right?
Lockdown. It's like voluntary.
So he's looking into that canal up there, and he actually painted that as well. So if you take a picture, you have maybe a dollar.
They have a picture of it.
It looks like the tower is leaning towards one side, but it is not the case. Actually, the houses are tilted forward.
musicals. Musical, so I guess this is something like a theater.
A theater?
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah, it's musicals.
Take a look at it.
Right, we've had a nice canal trip and a wander around Amsterdam. It's a pretty nice city. People are pretty chilled. Our time in the Netherlands is up. We're off to Germany.